Okay, hello and welcome back. We just got done creating our parameters in Parameter Store, and we verified our secret admin credentials were created, and they were. So what I'm going to do here is close this. I'm going to leave this tab open for now, but let's work on creating our ECR repository and pushing our image. So what I'll do is load Elastic Container Registry in a new tab. And once I'm here on the left-hand side, I'm going to select repositories under private registry. From here, I'm going to create my new repository to host my image. I'm going to name it WordPress. And we're going to make sure it's a private repository. We don't want this publicly accessible for the sake of this demo. We'll make sure we don't enable tag immutability because we want to be able to overwrite existing tags, mainly because we're going to be using latest as the latest version, which will be overwritten whenever we make updates. So this is disabled. And we move down to image scan. I'm going to enable scan on push. What this allows us to do is scan each image automatically whenever it's pushed to our repo, and we're going to get a report on vulnerabilities. It's pretty neat. We'll leave it unencrypted for now, and I'll create my repository. Sweet. So now it's working. We have our WordPress repo here. Let's move on. Now that this is created, I want to navigate to Cloud9. So once I open this in a new tab, I'm going to find our Cloud9 environment and I'm going to open it. This is where we're going to perform some CLI commands in order to upload a new image for us to use. Now, while this is loading, I want to go back here and I'm going to load up IAM as well. So let me navigate to IAM. And the goal here is we want to create some access keys for our cloud user. And the only reason we're doing this is because using the temporary credentials in Cloud9 sometimes generates an error that we want to avoid. So I'm going to go to Users, find Cloud User, which is us. I'm going to navigate to Security Credentials, and I'm going to create access keys. I'll select CLI, and I will confirm that I understand alternatives and click on Next. I'll give my tag value here, and I'm going to create my access key. So now what I'm going to do is copy the access key. I'm going to go back to Cloud9. I'm going to get rid of any prompts, and then down here on the bottom, I'm going to click this little button that expands my terminal. Now, once I get this up and running, I want to run a specific command of AWS configure with the profile flag of cloud user. From here, you're going to enter your access key information. So I'll paste in my access key ID. I'll go back. I'll copy my secret access key. I'll paste this. And then for default region, we want US East 1. And for default output, you can choose whatever you want. I just like JSON because that's the most common output versioning. And there we go. Now what we need to do is get rid of any pop-ups that'll come up. So I'm going to say cancel here and then re-enable after refresh. And I just want to run a simple command to make sure this is working. So let me go ahead and run this. Perfect. So we didn't get any errors. That means that our cloud user credentials are working as intended. Let's continue. The next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and create our image for our repo. So if I go to ECR again, there's a button here that says View Push Command. Commands. Select this, and we're going to copy step 1 here. I'm going to go back to Cloud9. I'll paste this in, but do not hit enter yet, okay? There's one thing we have to do. We have to add our profile to the beginning AWS command. So let me scroll back. I'm going to enter my profile flag. And then I will hit enter. We get a login succeeded, which is perfect. Now we need to go ahead and pull the latest Docker image for WordPress, which we'll use in our private repo. So I'll run the Docker pull command. And once it downloads and extracts the image, you'll see the status is updated, and we can verify that by listing our images locally. Perfect. Now what we need to do is go back to ECR, and we're going to copy this third command here and paste that into Cloud9. Now what this just did is it leveraged that WordPress image, and we re-tagged it specific to our repository. So if I look at images again, you'll see we have a duplicate image, but this time it's our repo tag. So this is perfect. Now we'll go back to ECR one last time. I'll copy step 4 and I'll paste it. Awesome. Now that this is pushed, we can go back to ECR, close this, and let's refresh. Awesome. We have our new image here. You see the scan status is in progress. And if I keep refreshing, boom, we get scan status complete and it shows us vulnerabilities. So this is what that scan on push setting does. Now this is out of scope for the lab, but if you look at this, you can dig into all of the critical and different findings that were given to us via that scanning. It's very neat. Okay, now that's going to do it for this video lesson. We've now created our image, we created our repo. Let's go ahead and end here, and then when you're ready, we'll pick back up with the next video lesson where we'll start working in ECS.